Hello everyone, it's Nora the Leca Queen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a really interesting unboxing for you. I went and got myself some plants, and as some of you might know, I'm moving away from moss poles. I'm trying to get plants that I don't need to put a moss pole on, and I have some really interesting specimens for you today, so let's go. First up is a really interesting plant. It is a peperomia plant. So I got these plants from Uprooted here in Australia. They are a lovely plant nursery that ship their plants from Queensland, I think. Far North Queensland, I think. I'm not sure. But I have this Peperomia rugosa, which is Peperomia rugosa Ecuador, I think. Hang on, let me check. Yes, it's a Peperomia rugosa Ecuador. Look at that. That plant looks beautiful. Look at those leaves. They are absolutely to die for. I love the shape. I love the dark color. What's even more interesting is look at the back. The back of that plant just looks absolutely gorgeous. I love those reds. And I've seen a picture of this plant actually where the leaves are really massive. I'm hoping that my plant will start to look like that. But for now, it's small, it looks good, and yeah, I'm loving this one. I think it's going to be a really great addition to my collection. Of course, it's still living in soil at the moment, so I will have to take it out of that soil and put it in a semi-hydro environment. And for this peperomia, I think I might use a mineral-based substrate, something a little bit that's like pon or something like that, not necessarily leca. I think that might work better for it because it does have those finer roots, and I have found that using a substrate like pon or some other mineral-based substrate works better for those. So this one here is my beautiful Peperomia rugosa Ecuador.
Meet the Peperomia rugosa Ecuador. This stunner has deeply textured leaves looking almost like a tiny succulent watermelon hybrid. It hails from the lush rainforests of South America, so think warm and humid environments. Despite its exotic looks, Peperomia rugosa Ecuador plants are surprisingly easy to care for, perfect for beginners and seasoned plant lovers alike.
Up next is a plant that I'm really excited to own. It's very different from any of the plants that I already possess. Look at that. How interesting is that? Look at that little flower over there. It is so beautiful. This plant is just, it's very weird, very weird. Now I'm going to say what it's called. I'm going to have to read it off here because it is a mouthful. This plant is a Ceropegia simonia. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh my goodness. It has the most interesting, I don't know whether those are leaves or what. I have to study this plant and learn more about it. It is just absolutely beautiful. And those flowers just look fabulous. So different from anything that I own. I am loving this baby. And of course, I am going to move her from soil. I might put this one in leca. I think it will work well. But yeah, how cool are those tiny leaves? Amazing.
This is the Ceropegia simonia, a captivating succulent vine sure to steal the spotlight in your plant collection. This Madagascar native plant boasts heart-shaped leaves strung along delicate trailing stems, adding a touch of whimsy to any space. But its true magic lies in the flowers. Imagine an alien-like lantern-like shape in vibrant colors. This time-lapse video reveals how these blooms gracefully unfurl from tiny buds. Watch as the petals delicately extend, slowly revealing the Ceropegia simonia's unique floral architecture. While visually stunning, this plant is thankfully low maintenance. Bright, indirect light and well-draining soil are all it needs to thrive, perfect for plant enthusiasts of all levels.
This is my next plant. I actually got two of them because I loved it so much and I want my pot to be lush from day one. So I got two instead of one. Look at this. It is kind of like a succulent plant. I love how curly those leaves are. Look at that. They look absolutely fantastic. This plant is called, and I am going to read it because I could never remember it. It's called an Epiphyllum guatemalense Montrose. Yep, that's it. Epiphyllum guatemalense Montrose. It's called a curly Sue. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Curly Sue does not need a moss pole. Curly Sue is currently living in soil, but I am going to put Curly Sue in Alecca clay balls. And I've seen Curly Sue flower. The flower of this plant just looks absolutely spectacular. And when it gets big and it's cascading down, it looks such a pretty picture. So I'm really hoping that my transition from soil to Alecca for this plant is going to go really well, because this is one plant I want to succeed.
This is one of the plant world's wild child, the Epiphyllum guatemalense Montrose, also known as the curly Sue. This jungle cactus breaks all the rules with its quasi-twisting stems that look more like green ribbons than a traditional cactus. A true conversation starter, the curly Sue is surprisingly easy to care for. Bright indirect light and a well-draining potting mix are its simple needs. As a bonus, this unique epiphyte may surprise you with large fragrant white flowers that bloom at night.
Next up is a plant you know what this one is. This is a Calathea white fusion, also called a Geopersia white fusion. Look at those leaves. This is a plant I've been wanting for a really long time, actually. I don't know, I just couldn't find it. I don't know why. But of course, it's a Calathea. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, how it's going to work out for me, but I am willing to give it a try. I really, really wanted this plant. And if I can get this one to look anything like my Calathea orbifolia, I will feel that I have won the plant lottery. So this one here is my Calathea white fusion, still living in soil. And yeah, I am really excited to own this baby right here.
Meet the Calathea white fusion, the drama queen of houseplants. Its leaves are a dazzling mix of white, green, and hints of purple. For lush leaves, give it bright indirect light, humidity, and consistent moisture. Watch as its leaves move throughout the day and even close up at night.
So these are my new plants. I'm really, really excited to have them, and I'm really excited for the journey that I'm going to go through when I transition them from soil to living in a semi-hydro environment. So come with me on this journey as I transition these babies from soil to living in semi-hydro. I'll see you there.